Hi guys, you're welcome to Web Technologies. You're still on Laravel 5.4 for beginners. We'll be looking at the eloquent relationships and comments. Right there we have the blog. If you've been following with the series of this particular playlist, you notice that we've created a blog session and we have each list whereby you can easily click and go to the detailed page. In the previous tutorial too, we also created a form that will actually house the form that creates this particular blog session. So I will quickly create one more post. Go to the post /create to actually create a post. Now I'm going to give it eloquent relationships as the title, and the body I'm going to actually paste in a lorem ipsum content this way. So I'm going to submit, which is actually going to redirect to the home page, and we'll get to see the post. So let's actually wait to see that. That's fine. Can you see this? The eloquent relationships posted March 3rd 2017, and look at the body. So let me go to the details of this particular post. You have it right there. But if you notice, in any blog session, there must be a space for a comment, something underneath here. So that is what we'll be creating this particular moment. Every single post can have one or more comments. So let's actually make this work. Back to your terminals. I'm actually going to create a model, which PHP artisan make model. The name of the model should be comment, and -m actually means migration, so it's actually going to create a migration table inclusively. So click enter to actually create that for us. Now we have our model created successfully. Let's get to look at from the text editor, which is bracket.io, to actually get our model. It should be comment. Can you notice this comment.php? So let's get to look at that. We have the class comment that extends the model, and as well let's get to look at the migration that you get that from the database migrations. Let me collapse this. Now we should have the comment migration. Can you see this create comments table over there? That's fine. So inside this particular schema, we're actually going to be adding up some fields, 2 fields to be precise. First, for the post ID, definitely there must be a post ID. And if you are dealing with user authentication, we can have user ID. But for now, we'll maintain post ID. So let's quickly add that table. An integer. So I give it post ID. As well, we'll need a body for the comment. So let's include that table. It's actually going to be a string data type. Call it body. Save it. That's fine. From here, we'll get to migrate the database. So we're actually going to do this from the command prompt. We're going to run PHP artisan migrate to actually migrate the database. We've get that done. Now we're going to actually include our comments manually, because we've actually not created the comment form that will actually populate that, so that we'll be able to assign comments to this particular post. But before we continue, I would like to actually check all IDs assigned to each post, so that we can be able to be specific on which particular post we are giving an ID. So I'm actually going to move to PHP artisan Tinker. So let's run app /posts on. If you notice, we have the list of all posts: the first, second, third, fourth, fifth. So we're actually going to be creating the comment right in the fifth post with an ID of 5. So that's just what we actually needed right now. So we're going to actually create a comment right inside the fifth post. So I'm going to run something of this nature: db table, the name of the table, which is comments, and we get to insert the first ID will be post underscore ID, which will actually be six or 5 rather, comma. Now the body, is going to be, let's say, this is amazing. That's amazing. Let's have something of this nature. And we're going to have created art. Actually doing this manually. Once we move on, we're going to actually create a form that will undo this. Which should be create art will be the new date time. Updated art. Should be the new date time. Right, we're going to create to the comments table. We're going to install the post ID as 5. The body will be this is amazing. Created that with the new date and time. Updated that with the new date and time. Let's run this. Oh, I have to space. Let's get to space the new date and time. Let's space that. Yeah, you have it true. So you just have to space the new date and time, and you're going to have your comment posted successfully. So after posting the comment, we're actually going to do something quickly. Let's add one more comment to this particular post ID. So let's maintain this and let's change the body. Let's make it Laravel Eloquent comment. That's fine. Have that set appropriately. So we can now move further by making the relationship in the post model. Since posts can have many comments, So from here, we're going to move to the post model, which sits in the app, the post, PHP. Now we're going to actually make a relationship here. So we have the post extends this. So we're going to actually run a method public function comments. Now we're going to return for this particular class. There's an inbuilt method called as many, to get as many in the list. So what we're going to pass as a parameter, we're actually going to pass an eloquent builder, which you're going to call the class. So based on the comment model, it's actually going to get all details from the comments. That's just what this, as many comments you have in this particular model. So that's what this signifies. We're going to save this out. Now we go back to the command line whereby we have the PHP artisan tinker still right inside. Let's clear this out. Now we're going to find the post based on the ID. The ID is 5, right? So we're going to run this something of this nature. Post equals to app / post. Now we're going to find based on the ID, which is 5, pass that in. Lock it in like this. So you have eloquent relationships, and that's the post. Now let's get the comment. So for us to get the post related, the comment related to this particular post with ID 5, we run something of this nature. The post comments. So we'll get the comments. Can you notice that we created 2 comments? This is amazing. The post ID 5, and the second comment, one more eloquent comment, with an ID 2, also with post ID 5. So these 2 comments are related to this particular post based on the as many comments we added in the post function that we extend in the model. So that's fine. And now let's do the inverse. If you want to fetch the post, associated with a comment. So how are we going to go about this? So right there in the comments, go back to the comments PHP model. Over here, we're going to create a method called public function post. Now this method is going to have a return this belongs to, going to run belongs to. Now this time is going to be the post class from Eloquent, just like the way we did for the post. Can you see we say as many comment class in the post, in the comment model, it's going to be post class. That's just how to specify that. To save that, we go back to our editor, our terminals. Let's clear this. Control will actually clear this out. So we're going to run something of this nature. C equals comments first. Just to have the first comment, which is ID one post ID of 5. This is amazing. Now for us to now get a post related to this particular comment, we run C. We run type post. Can you see that? We have the eloquent relationship post with a body related to that particular comment. If you're getting a null pointer when running the post of a particular comment, just exit from PHP Artisan Tinker and relaunch the Tinker again. After that, there's a sort of refresh. You're using the Vagrant box, which actually a copy based on the Vagrant box. So you need to like refresh. So just exit from the Tinker and try to relaunch again. So once you enter the Tinker again, you're going to have it refreshed, and this is actually going to pump out. So that's just how to handle any null pointer error that comes up when you're trying to launch a post related to a comment, or you're trying to launch a comment related to a post. So that's fine. We have this set appropriately. Now let's go back to Chrome. Let's go back to the Homestead app, and we actually want, in this particular post, which is the post ID of 5, eloquent relationships, we want a comment section somewhere around there, so we're actually going to do that quickly. So we go to the show.play.php, back to our text editor. Let's collapse all this database. So we'll go to the resources, views, posts. We have show.play.php. That's fine. So we're going to actually include something quickly right there. So immediately after the post body, this actually populates the body of the post. Let's give a line HR, and let's start with a div, a class of comments. It's fine. Closing div. Now let's make an unordered list, which are actually going to be UL. That list. Let's give a class of list group. That's fine. Set this way. So inside here, we're going to run a for each. That's for each. About we're going to have the post, related to the comments, as comment. Just this way. Now we're going to actually populate these with a list, so that it's actually going to have a list kind of approach. So we get to have a class which is actually going to be list of group item, list of group item. Inside this list, that's when we are going to pass the comment body. So we'll do no. That's fine. We're going to pass something of this nature. Call comment body. That's the body field of the comments. That's what we're passing into here. So we have a closing list. Now we must end our for each loop here. Let's just end it somewhere. At end for each. That's fine. Let's increase up the space. Yeah, that's fine. So we get to save this right there. So we're going to actually test this out over here based on the post 5. So let's refresh. Do you notice this? This is amazing. One more eloquent comment. So back to our text editor. That's the comment being posted. Back to our text editor. Let's do some styling. Alright, the class should actually be list group, not list of group. So that will take away the dot sign saying right in the, so let's refresh and see what. Wow, that's fine. This is much better. This is amazing. One more eloquent comment. So can you see that sitting under the post? So we can actually do something. Let's bring in a timestamp. So move back to our text editor and actually inside the list group item, we create a strong tag. This will actually be wrapped around the body. Now it's actually going to hold on to the timestamp, so it's a standalone. So let's call the comment. Now we called the created art, because we actually did that when we're setting up the item of the comment. Created art. Now we're going to call this method difference for humans to actually format the timestamp to be much readable. That's fine. So let's give a column and a space. Ampersand NBSP. That's fine. So with this, we're going to have that included. Let's quickly look at this in Chrome. A refresh. As one eye go. Now let's go back. The space we're actually giving should be in a $sign. It should be and, so it should be something of this nature. That's why we're saying it should. So let's save out. Back to browser. Let's refresh. Just need a space there. That's fine. So we have it set appropriately. This is amazing. One more eloquent comment. That's for the post 5. Now back to our posts. Now once you click on eloquent relationships, you notice that we have the post set appropriately. So let's go back. Click on another post, render views. You can see the comments, because we actually don't have any comments right there. So back to text editor. So now we're going to create another comment for a particular post, which will be different from the post ID 5 we had earlier. So let's go back to our browser. Now for the post ID of 4, let's create a unique comment for this particular post. So we're going to go back to the terminals. Now we still have the insert to the comments table, whereby we inserted to the post ID of 5. Now we're going to change this post ID to 4. Since we are inserting to post ID 4. That's fine. And as well, we're going to change the body so that it's going to have something different from the other ones. Just simple text. We can say it seems working and fast. Just this way. So let's create this particular comment. We have it true. That's fine. So a refresh on this particular post ID with 4. Can you see this? Just the past 4 seconds ago, it seems working and fast. So that's just it. In our next tutorial, we're going to actually structure this more. Probably we're going to have a comment form, and this is actually going to be done dynamically instead of we doing it manually at coding from the terminals. But this is just the structure behind creating a blog comment and specifying the timestamp, and also using eloquent relationships to actually build this up together. Thank you very much for hanging out with me throughout this tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will implore you to stay by for the next module, which will be based on the comments as a whole. Bye bye for now.